You would think with how much Republicans are talking about how bad of a labor shortage we have, that you know, we would want more migrants coming into the United States to fill those positions, but it seems like that's not the case.
From the air, a new Border Patrol processing facility being set up in San Diego, just across the California-Mexico border. Customs and Border Patrol is preparing for a surge of migrants as Title 42 is set to expire. Dozens of migrants were already waiting near the San Ysidro port of entry.
A lot of us who want to come here, make it better, come out of the violence. We don't really want to go back home to the violence.
Yeah, people are trying to escape violence from their home nation. Why is it so evil for these people to want to come to a place to seek safety and to work? It's like that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
This heartbreaking video shows migrants pushing past fences and border guards at the southern Mexico border. Authorities expect that many are hoping to make it north to the U.S. The Pentagon now temporarily deploying 1,500 soldiers and Marines to the southern border.
Again, when Ukrainian people were fleeing violence in Ukraine, the United States was uh, pretty open about allowing these people to come in and fast tracking their visas so that they had a easier time getting into the United States and becoming a citizen. Why can't we do the same for, brown people trying to escape violence in their home nation? I mean, again, like, what is the difference?
90 days, these 1,500 military personnel who will be sourced from the active duty component will fill critical capability gaps such as ground-based detection and monitoring, data entry, and warehouse support.
The Trump administration began enforcing Title 42 3 years ago. The administration claimed the policy was to help stem the spread of COVID. The rule makes it easier to expel migrants seeking asylum, but with it ending next week, there is confusion among migrants.
This confusion might be caused by what they hear on the news, what they hear from friends on social media.
Pedro Rios is with the American Friends Service Committee. They work with migrants across the country. Pedro says he's been meeting with migrants in Mexico just across the border from San Diego.
All of them are intending to seek asylum. They're not trying to evade the authorities. They simply want to turn themselves in. Today,
Yeah, because every individual has the right to seek asylum, especially in, nations part of the UN and stuff. It's a human right. The fact that asylum seekers are the ones being most targeted at the moment is pretty wild. Um, it's like it to me it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever to be denying these people help.
group of Colombians that I was speaking with were essentially saying that if they go back to their hometowns in Colombia, that they likely will face being sought after by groups that are competing for power there.
Customs and Border Patrol officials say as many as 10,000 migrants could cross the southern border every day, nearly doubling the daily average in March.
Ooh, 10,000 people, many of them willing and ready to work. That just increases our labor force and, fills positions that aren't being filled. What's wrong with that?
The Biden administration has a number of options available to it. There is a current process on the books, which would allow people to come in and then get a date for a court appearance to formally.
Yeah, and let's not pretend that Biden and various other Democrats in the administration isn't racist. Uh, the policies that Biden wants to implement, forcing asylum seekers to request asylum in every nation that they pass through, is something that Stephen Miller and Trump supported and Biden was against. And when he was campaigning, he was in support of asylum seekers seeking asylum in the United States. And now he's against it. There has to be a reason behind that.
normally seek asylum.
Governor Newsom's office told us California has spent over $1 billion assisting migrants who have crossed the border into the state in the past 4 years. And in a statement also said, we have supported over 350,000 migrants since April 2021, providing COVID-19 testing and vaccines, temporary shelter, and onward travel coordination to help migrants reach their final destinations after they have been released by the federal government.
And if their final destination is United States, what do you do then?
The Biden administration also announced it has increased the number of flights transporting undocumented immigrants out of the U.S. They're saying they hope that it will act as a deterrent. So certainly tension.
Well, that's some shitty behavior right there. Instead of helping these people become citizens and giving them safety and a nation, you're just going to ship them off somewhere. What's the point of spending the tax money to ship them off when you could just spend less money just to give them a social security number and make them a tax-paying citizen? Like, it's just that easy, that simple. And for some reason, these people in power cannot understand the simplicity of just making these people American citizens.
Are rising on the southern border.
There's no question about that. So, Tom, can define for us again what exactly the troops will be doing? Are they there to assist, or is it something different?
Right. So I think so what we're being told is they are there to assist. They're not there in the capacity of law enforcement. They're not, to do administrative tasks.
Okay.
Assisting in that sense. They're not going to be arresting people per se at the border.
Mm-hmm.
How long is the Biden administration going to be able to keep this up? I mean, the amount of migrants is expected to double from 5,000 a day to 10,000.
Well, what they're saying right now is that they're going to start with 1,500 troops, Marines and other personnel. And then I think what we're being told is that they're going to evaluate this as we go forward,
right,
and see, segment by segment how this plays out. Because I think they're trying to, as best they can, address this as a humanitarian crisis, understanding these are people here coming to the border, but also understanding that they have to, control the flow of people who come to the border.
Well, it's a very
Okay, it wouldn't be that hard to control the flow of people into the border, increase the number of ports of entry, and actually process these people to become citizens. Instead of spending 20 years to nationalize a person, we can make it 6 months or less. Boom, quite simple. And we increase the labor force in the United States. And that's good for the economy. Or at least I thought it was. Isn't that what right-wingers want? A larger labor force? Isn't that why they want to increase retirement age? To force more people back into work to fill these positions because we supposedly have a labor shortage?
fluid situation, so they're going to take it step at a time, day at a time. All right, thanks for that, Tom.
Thank you.